Hello and welcome to the Perth Blue Baggers pod. My name is Louis, your host.
And I'm Marty on special comments.
Well, this is going to be a great review and preview, no doubt, because there's been another week, another statement win. 5 in a row and really starting to build now. Let's get straight into it. What's some of your analysis?
Well, this was a fabulous outfit, fabulous result, I've got to say, from a team that's really starting to hit its stride.
Yeah.
If you think the last game we weren't in great shape against Essendon, we still got the 4 points, but I think the bye came at the right time.
Sure.
That was really good. This was a match that potentially had us a bit worried because we were playing away from home against a team that's in finals contention.
Yeah.
And a team that knows how to pile on goals. At the same time, our best defender wasn't playing.
Yeah.
So we had a fairly young, fairly inexperienced defence against some really, potent forwards. The likes of Jesse Hogan, Aaron Cadman, Jake Stringer, those sort of guys.
Yeah.
These are known names. And so I think that was probably the part that worried us a bit going in. But if you had to point out one part of our team lineup that was superb, it would have to be our defence.
Yeah.
They were just amazing.
No Weetering, no worries.
That's right. Harry Dean, Haynes, Dirksen, Cowan, Wilson. I mean, all superb. They had fantastic games. You could have put any of them in the votes, and they wouldn't look out of place.
Yeah, fair.
They were fantastic. To hold that team to 65 points for the whole game was fantastic. So I think it starts with the defence, really. Look, we started a little bit slowly. We only kicked the first 1-6, I think, the first term, and kicking early on was a bit of a mess for us. Even when we got going, we still kicked 5-5 in the second term, when we probably could have capitalised a bit more. But that second term I want to point out because that was when we really started to take control of the game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
5-5, and Captain Cripper had an amazing 15 touches in that quarter to get us going.
Crazy.
He just went nuts. He went berserk. He had plenty of friends. We really turned that around in the second quarter. And, we went into halftime with the lead, but we could have easily had a much bigger lead than we had at halftime. We'd probably kicked a little straighter, So we were 6-11 at halftime.
Yeah.
Look, they went on a 4-goal run in the third quarter. And in some ways, I thought this was a good test for us because, earlier in the season, we'd have just folded there. And that's what happened with St Kilda, just folded in the third term. But they rallied. There was a crucial goal to Sam Walsh right on the three-quarter side. I thought that really mattered because we went into that final change with a bit of belief there, and you could just see what that meant to all the boys. To rally and do that and have a 1-goal lead at three-quarter time. And then there was 3 superb goals in a row early in the fourth. I think that really kind of put the show to bed somewhat. So that was a test of resilience at a fairly crucial time in the game, I thought. So, and I think that 3-goal run sort of early to mid fourth quarter was pretty crucial.
Yeah.
Really. So, a really good result. I think the midfield brigade and midfield's back to the form it should have. Cripps, Walsh, Hewitt, Jagger. There's some really good names there, and they stood up. They had fantastic games.
Yes, the midfield was superb.
They were really good. The goals were really spread out across a lot. Frank the Tank hit the board a bit more, scoreboard a bit more than he had been in the past. He got 3 goals. And there's a smattering of players with 2 goals apiece. One thing I'd liked about the forwards, not all the forwards hit the scoreboard, but our tackles inside 50, I think it was 11 tackles inside 50. That's
yes, we always remark this, don't we?
Always a stat I have a look at because it shows how hard our forwards are working and it shows our intensity and pressure and whether we're prepared to keep the ball inside 50 and get repeat injuries. And we had 11-6 inside 50 tackles.
Yep.
So that says something, I think. So a really impressive effort there. So, overall, a really good all round performance.
Yes, agreed. Have a look at the clearances and inside 50 differences.
Well,
I reckon.
So all right, let's have a look at the clearances. We'll go to inside 50s. 30. We won the clearances. The centre clearances we won by a fair margin.
Wow. Yeah.
16-6.
Wow.
So that shows we're getting that lineup right in the clearances.
And
I'll tell you another thing that I found really impressive. We often win the contested positions. Okay, we did, not by a big margin, but 136 to 124. We did comfortably win the uncontested positions.
Yes.
And that shows that we're running hard and getting into space.
Yeah.
And it's probably not unconnected to one of our inclusions for this week, who I thought had a superb game, and Matty Cottrell.
Yep.
Who ran his guts out and got to a lot of contests accordingly. So a lot to like there. Now, you had something else you wanted to point out?
Just briefly, our season average of centre clearances is just 11.9. So we've gone up 4 centre clearances than usual. So yeah, system's clearly working.
Yeah, 16-6.
Yeah,
big dominance there.
Yeah. And inside 50s got a lot. 61-46.
Yeah.
So
healthy win there.
It's 10 more than we usually get. It might have been one of our best returns all season, I reckon.
I think we got a few repeat ones from our forward pressure too.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign, I think. Yeah, so there's a lot to like there. There's a lot of good fundamentals that are going the right ways, if you ask me.
Yes. So, one of the big questions that the media likes to pick up on, how they like to get a bit of clickbait when, tides turn, especially for a big fan base like ours. Is Fraser the man for the job? What are your thoughts on this big debate question?
Well, I think it's like this, right? And I think this is what Graham Wright will do. He will have a completely open mind. He'll be canvassing a full spread of candidates across the board, right? And amongst that might be considering Fraser, but only amongst a whole smattering of candidates. We need an open process. We need a merit-based process. We need to consider all of our options. And if he's in the mix, then so be it. And what you would do is you place his superb start to his career against other candidates who've probably been helping their team win for several seasons now.
Yeah.
And then, you've got a full interview process, which is important as well, and the references and, all the intel about the environment and how they've been able to contribute to winning environment. And, the best candidate wins.
Yeah.
So the simple answer is I don't think he should be ruled out completely.
Yeah.
But I certainly don't think he should be given it.
No, and I think this debate is overwhelmingly premature.
That's a very good point. We've got 9 games left this season.
Yeah.
And he's only coached 5, right? If the wheels fall off, how silly would all of these calls to appoint Fraser seem?
Yeah.
Right? So, firstly, you're waiting till the end of the season before you're appointing a new coach. You're appointing them on all the information that you have. Wins are important, but there are other things that they'll be looking forward to in the development of their players.
Yeah.
And in that score, I think Fraser's done really well.
Yes.
Jake has been sensational under him. Obviously, Harry Dean, you could say he was pretty good under Voss too. But there's a host of other players like Billy Wilson and the like. Did
you say Cal?
Cowan's been better under Fraser. There's
Akers getting a go.
Yeah, well, he's not really a young guy.
I know, but there's certain players that just seem to be able to flourish a bit better without the expectation, perhaps.
Well, basically everyone in midfield's playing better.
Yeah.
Hewitt wasn't even in the team for a good part of that season, early in the season. Yet he's, been amazing.
Well, the Hewitt conversation's a bit complex because I feel like Voss there was calls for the midfield to look more speed and more dynamic. So he did that change, right? And obviously with the past Best and Fairest getting dropped, it was a big uproar and whatever. He tried to change things up. Don't think it quite worked. I think still a mental problem there. But now he's came back in, and now we've shown that we can have contested beasts, and it's no problem.
Yeah, well, I understood the logic that he probably had in dropping him at the time. But, I mean, if you ask me when he dropped him, I said he wasn't the problem. I said there were other players that were more the problem. Because one thing Hewitt always gave you is lots of effort.
Yeah.
And that's really important in leading a midfield, I think. And he gives you a lot of other things. He tackles hard. He can tag. He's one of the few players that can tag a player. So he's got lots of dimensions to his game there. And his experience was really important, I thought. So, and he's been sensational since coming back in.
Yeah.
So he's a vital cog in the machine.
Yeah.
I think. And just giving guys like Wilson a go has been a big plus. A young fellow like him as well. There's a few other guys like Ison getting games under their belt. Ison might well get a spell soon, I suspect.
Yeah.
And it's not putting the mocker on him. I think that he'll be a great young player for us in the future. He probably needs to find a bit more of the ball, and probably also needs to hit the scoreboard a bit more. I think his work probably off the ball is behind Byrne and Evans.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'd probably have him getting a bit more form. But look, it's been good experience for him, and he's definitely going to be a player.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of X factor about him when he's going well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of debate in the coaching sphere, but for now we go into our MVP votes, unless you've got anything else to cover.
Oh, no, covered off on that pretty well.
No.
So happy to go
There's
through
plenty of players. Nice all-round team performance, I think you'll find. So,
yes.
Your 5 votes.
Yeah, plenty of candidates for this. In fact, I think our midfield overall was superb.
Yeah.
I've given 5 votes to Georgie Hewitt. He was in everything for the whole game. Very consistent performance across the game. 30 touches, 19 of those in the second half. He got better and better as the game went on. Highest disposal efficiency on the ground at 93.3%. Now, this is a guy that's getting plenty of uncontested and contested positions, and to get them be as effective as he was, I thought he had a real impact. 5 inside 50s, kicked a big goal at a crucial time.
Yep.
11 score involvements, again, highest on the ground. 4 tackles, which was an equal team high. It's a very solid all-round game for Georgie Hewitt today.
Yeah, I agree. He's in my votes at number 3. I've lost it. My 5 votes went to Patrick Cripps for that second quarter. Was immense. Really swayed us into the game. Let me get his stats. 33 disposals, 16 contested possessions, 8 score involvements, 451 metres gained. Doesn't usually get quite a lot of metres gained. 7 clearances, 6 inside 50s, and 14 ground balls.
Yeah, so I think we both had them in the votes, and I think you'd swap those two around because I had him at 3. So you had Georgie Hewitt at 3, didn't you?
Yes. Yep.
I had Cripps at 3. Another really super performance, and his 15 touches in the second quarter were astonishing. And you're right, he did really kickstart the game for us. 16 contested possessions, team high, 7 clearances. I think he made a few errors along the way. I think he ended up with the most critical errors and the most clangers in the team. Look, that comes when you're trying to win footy and influence a game like he is. Probably kept him off the top for me, but it's a minor thing. You're talking about a very good, solid, all-round game.
Yeah. Another perfect, or not perfect, but, a standard game from the skip, number 4.
I mean, Cripps' overall performance since Fraser came back in. In fact, one game before, you looked at Brisbane, he was sensational in the second half against Brisbane. But the last 5 games, he's been amazing.
Yeah.
Sam Walsh, for me, 4.
Same.
34 touches, 18 of those in the second half, 25 uncontested touches. That's a game high. He ran and ran. He influenced the game very profoundly. Kicked that crucial goal. It was kicking from around 50. It wasn't an easy shot.
Yep.
But he nailed it. Look, I thought he was sensational. His work to set up goals, in particular, was really important.
Yes, 100%. I had also had him at 4. We're going 3, number 2.
Matty Cottrell.
Yeah.
Matty Cotters. Cotters was just sensational. Loved his game. Like, he plays with such energy and vigour. His running was immense. He just kept getting to contest after contest. There were, some analysts were saying that he got picked to help mitigate or combat GWS's run.
Yeah.
And if so, that's a masterstroke by Fraser, because he really did make a difference.
Ashton Whitfield.
Yeah, Ashton Whitfield in particular. They just couldn't get going. And the Orange Tsunami generally didn't get going.
Yes.
There wasn't many instances where they got out the back without one of our players. Now, it wasn't just Cottrell, but he was one of the best at that.
They were very good at showing down the corridor, and I think
he just ran. There's one part on the wing where he went to 4 consecutive contests.
Yeah. And
just willed himself into the match. That's the Cottrell we love.
Yeah.
It's his first really good game. He hasn't really. I don't know if he's been 100% fit. In the
last
fitness,
2 years.
Yeah, it's just impacted on him. But when he's up and about, that's why I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
He adds something different. He really does.
I think I remember before he got injured last year, he was ranked in the top 10 mid forwards in the AFL player ratings. So, yeah, he certainly got it in him. And 2023, he was also quite good.
He was very good when we went on that run.
Yeah.
And I think you'll find a strong correlation between him playing well and us winning.
Yeah.
And his 2 goals, so an extra bonus, his 2 goals were superb goals, both of them. One was a really nice finish from about 40 or something, and at a fairly crucial time too. And another one was a snap.
Yeah.
and what a celebration.
Yeah. Well, and what about the harmonica at the end?
That's great. That was great. And you could just tell how happy all of his teammates were for him.
Yeah.
Because he's been through a bit with all these injuries, just hasn't been able to get his body right, hasn't been 100%. And, you heard Jagger talk about how long his rehab was and how he learnt it, when he's doing rehab. No, this is a great story.
Yeah.
Really
so
positive.
good to see.
Really positive.
He got 1 vote for me. My second vote goes to Haynes. So he was a rock down in defence. I could have given it to either Dean or Dirksen as well, but defensively, 18 disposals, 83% disposal efficiency, 7 intercepts, 4 rebound 50s, 3 1%ers, and 4 marks. Overall, I think defence looked very shaky in the first quarter, maybe.
Did look a bit shaky.
But then all of the big guys got into it and started looking very solid. So I think he deserved 2 votes.
Yeah, and he was a good example. He had just the 1 touch in the first quarter, but 1, 3, 6, and 8, the longer the game went, the better he got.
Yeah.
I had him as my last vote too.
Yes.
So, it looks like we had all the same names, just in different orders.
Yeah.
He was simply brilliant down back. All of the backmen, as I said earlier, were fantastic. But his ability to repeatedly intercept the ball, his reading of the play is really impressive.
Spectacular.
He knows where to be. And to be honest, as good as Harry Dean's spoils were, he had 9 spoils, which is way higher than anyone else.
Yeah.
The spoil of the game
Yes.
was Nick Haynes on Toby Green. He just sprinted. I don't know how he got there. Like, you just saw the ball. He looked miles out.
Yeah.
He just sprinted. He's lunged. He's going back with the flight of the ball as well. So you've got to avoid making any contact with the player. Lunged across him with the fist and out of bounds.
Yeah.
It was just sensational. If he hadn't done that, they were off. Yeah. That was probably a certain goal because he was the last guy left. Just his ability, the closing speed for someone his age was just astonishing. Yeah, spoiler of the match and a great match by Nick Haynes. Love watching him play.
Yeah, that was a remarkable moment. Also, what about Billy Wilson's
chase down?
Yeah, chase down with only just 1 minute to go.
Oh, I love that.
You could
love that.
let him off, right? If game was really in our hands. He didn't need to do that, but that just shows the culture of this team right now. They are willing and motivated to push all the way to the end, which I'm not sure previous Carlton would.
That's, if you wonder why we're doing better, if you wonder why teams are not getting a run on us, it's because of the work we're doing without the footy.
Yeah.
And those two examples are good examples of that. So you don't just give up. You don't just assume that they've got the footy, it's pretty inevitable they're going to run this through to the goal, which seemed to be the case at times. I remember watching St Kilda, it was like inevitable, That's not the sense you get now.
Yeah.
And those two examples are just the highest profile examples of a general sentiment in the team. In that you just chase, you run, you make sure they don't get easy touches once they get the footy.
Yep.
There was, one I watched repeatedly, just time and again, they got the footy and they held up because they didn't know who to kick it to.
Yeah.
Because we'd done the work to get back, to get into space or to man up, to take away those easy passes for them.
Yeah.
So that just helped them up. And this is a team that likes to run and they like the tsunami. That's why they got that nickname. They love to just run in packs, pass it to one another, but they just couldn't get that running going.
I think that was from above with the coaching decisions there to create that
selection.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've selected one extra really hard runner in Cottrell.
Yeah.
But it's actually more than that. It's about team style and structure. And that sense that working on process and structure, you get the sense with Fraser, he's so calm and considered in the way that he does things. He just expects that standard from his players. This is how we expect to play.
Yeah.
We expect when they turn the ball over that our players are getting back. And players are buying into that.
Yeah. So it's a remarkable change of events. It's great to see. Beyond proud of this group at the moment.
Oh, yes. Well, you've got to be, and of the five game winning streak, that includes GWS away in Sydney. It includes Geelong, who's an actual premiership contender. It includes the Western Bulldogs, who are comfortably ensconced in the 8 and looking pretty good generally. We knocked them off. It includes Port away.
Yeah.
Now, Port have got quite close to a lot of teams. We beat them comfortably. And you probably, like I said, our worst game is against Essendon.
Yeah.
But 4 of those 5 matches have been very solid performances. And 3 of them against really strong opposition.
Yep. Very good to see. Some more players of note. There's plenty. I've got about 16 again. We got Jagger Smith, 26 disposals, 12 contested possessions, 81% disposal efficiency, 5 score involvements, 6 clearances, 6 inside 50s, and 7 ground balls.
See, Jagger could easily be in the votes. Yep. I thought, we had 3 other midfielders in the votes. He was the other one's a bit stiff to leave out of my votes. He was great.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah. Which we had 10 to do. Nick Newman as well. 25 disposals, 12 marks, 84% disposal efficiency, 6 intercepts, 4 score involvements, 579 metres gained and 4 rebound 50s.
Very consistent game for Newman. Just the whole way through, he was in the middle of everything.
Yeah, very much part of the brick wall. Down
the
back.
Team is much better when Newman's playing.
Yeah. And I think we not desperately, but needed it without Wietering down there. You got 2 senior heads with Haynes and Newman together, and from all reports, Newman's a bit of a figurehead and director.
He does have a lot. He plays a lot of leadership.
Yeah.
I mean, your 2 leaders probably when he's playing is Wietering and Newman.
Yeah.
Blake
Acres, 25 disposals, 8 marks, 4 intercepts, 7 score involvements, 20 pressure acts, 428 metres gained, and 5 inside 50s.
17 of those 25 touches were uncontested, which shouldn't surprise you too much because this is a guy that loves running and loves getting into space.
Very good. Will Hayward again, still showing that his very much into our system. 17 disposals, 8 marks, 4 score involvements, 2 goals, 317 metres gained and 6 inside 50s.
Hayward, again, 2 really big goals. His bomb in the last quarter was crucial. That's what really got us going with those 3. His was the first of those 3 critical goals. And when he kicks one of those big monster goals, everyone's up and about.
And he's up and about too. Yeah.
So, 17 touches, 2 big goals. No, he had a lot of impact, I thought.
Very good. Cowan, 20 disposals, 6 marks, 7 intercepts, 466 metres gained, 4 rebound 50s and 5 1%ers.
He's another bloke I really wanted to fit into my votes.
So.
I just couldn't. But his efforts were brilliant. He was another one, a bit like Cottrell, that hit contest after contest after contest. His desperation. I love the desperate way that he plays.
Yes.
Love that. His last month in particular has been superb. Just a really good young player.
Yeah, marvellous. The big Dirk on Hogan. So Dirksen had 18 disposals, 5 marks, 8 intercepts, 5 rebound 50s, 6 1%ers and 5 ground balls.
He's a really handy player. He's clearly gone past Lewis Young as the sort of third of his type, because he's a genuine key position player in similar mould to Wiedering and Dean.
Yeah.
I think those guys are still ahead of him, of course, but he's really made a case for being next man up.
Yeah.
I think. I probably wouldn't play him with Wiedering.
No.
Just because of the team mix. But it wouldn't be because he's playing badly.
Unless Dean goes down, maybe you'd consider.
Well, that's different. Yeah, yes. Of course.
He was a bit shaky in the first quarter.
He did look a bit shaky in the first quarter. I just thought our defence generally looked a bit shaky in the first quarter. They kicked 2-5 in the first quarter, and it could have been worse.
Yeah. What did you make of Pito's game? He had 13 disposals, 23 hit-outs, 5 tackles, 5 score involvements, 85% disposal efficiency and 5 ground balls. There's a few notable areas I think he showed. There's some little taps that he did that were...
He did some good things. He did have a bad tap, I think, where he knocked it straight into the path of one of the GWF players who kicked a goal. Look, I would probably put him somewhere in the middle in that sense that he's had better games and worse games.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of games before the bye where he looked really tired and banged up and unhappy to be there. It didn't look like that this time.
No.
But I don't know he's in quite the same form that he opened the season with either.
No.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. Still a little shaky with our rock spot there.
I think he did well just he did well in both clearances and he was handy in the clearances and tackles. I think he lodged team high tackles.
Yeah.
5 tackles. Not bad for a ruckman.
Yep. Yeah, that's little small things. So a bit of more effort than what we've seen probably.
One of the things Pitnet has done better this season, he's always been a good tap ruckman, but he's put in more effort around the ground.
Yeah.
And that's improved his game considerably. Like I said, it wasn't his greatest game for the season, but he was serviceable.
Yeah. I think also the decision to put Flynn Riley in the emergency seems to be a little bit of an inkling that maybe he's rising in the stocks.
Oh, maybe it's a little bit of a, you got to get your act together. Look, the other thing that I think that's freed out Pitnet a little bit is they put Harry Mackay a bit more into the ruck to give him a bit of a break. And because it's been a bit tricky carrying all of that by yourself.
Yeah.
That's been good for Mackay, and I think it's been good for Pitnet as well.
Yes. Agreed. And then Harry Dean, 10 disposals, 4 marks, 6 intercepts, 3 rebound 50s, and the 9 1%ers that we remarked on earlier.
And those 9 spoils.
Yes.
Which is miles ahead of everyone else. Cadman was, I think the only time Cadman got a goal was when Harry Dean got a bit injured and went off.
Yeah.
And that's when Cadman scored.
And when he was on, Cadman only had 6 disposals.
Yeah. So, this is a guy that knows how to man up and knows how to keep his direct opponent quiet.
Done it to Georgiades, Caddy to an extent, and now Cadman. So, very positive signs and certainly rising star stocks.
Oh, he's got a genuine case, if you ask me, for a rising star. In fact, both him and Jago have genuine cases.
Yeah.
But his case is a bit different from others. He won't get as many possessions and some of those stats indicators as some of the other players. He won't be probably in the coaches' votes or anything like that quite as much. But for him to be playing at his level as a key backman in his first season is just astonishing.
Yeah.
And I would be trying to take that into consideration because, he would be miles ahead of the next defender in the rookie class.
Yeah. Very good to see we've picked up the best defender in the game. Not in the game.
Finding key positions, forward and down back, is not easy. And we've found a 15-year player.
Yeah. Frankie Evans, 7 disposals, just the 7 disposals, but 86% disposal efficiency, 6 score involvements, and 3 goals and 16 pressure acts.
Yeah, not a bad 7 disposal game.
Yeah, very impressive.
He hit the scoreboard. That's one thing probably hadn't done a lot of this year. I was pleased with his work off the ball until now. But this time those goals were really good goals at crucial times, including in the second quarter to get us going.
Yeah.
Kicked a couple of goals in a row there. I think he was a real impact.
Yeah.
That's the very definition of impact player.
Yeah. So hopefully he sprouts in the second half of the season.
We want Frank the Tank from last year.
Yeah. That's all we want to cover for the review of round 15 against the Giants. So what a marvellous game that was and a real statement. So now we turn our attention to West Coast at Marvel Stadium, home game. I think we've got a bit of a different challenge now because we're going to go in as favourites. There's a different level of expectation. How do we navigate that?
It is a bit of a danger game because, yes, you'd think surely we can beat the Eagles at home. But the thing is they are an improving team.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where if you catch them when they're up and about and if we start really slowly, this could be an issue for us. If you go to Fraser's worst game since he was coach, and there's only a sample of 5, but it was clearly against Essendon, where we kind of just never got going. And maybe we're a little bit complacent. Could just come off a great win against Geelong. This time we've come off a great away win against Giants. So we just can't afford to be complacent again. Ideally, what we really want out of this game is a bit of a percentage boost.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles do get flogged if you get on top of them.
Yeah.
Right? They're a young team, and whilst they've won 4 games and they've pushed a lot of teams, that's what I meant about a danger team.
Yeah.
They've also at other times got flogged.
I think we can soundly beat their midfield.
Well, if you get on top of their midfield and they've lost Jinby, he's out for the season.
So the forward line, back lines.
If you get really on top of them, you could really smash them. That's what we should be trying to do because our percentage is much lower than any of the teams around us. The exceptions, Bulldogs and North, are a bit low too, but this would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can't go into the match with that level of complacency.
Yeah. I think what they
We've
need
got
to do
to go
is...
into the thing, a bit like we have against Giants and Cats and whatever, and just emphasise you need to do all those little things right.
Yeah. Back the system, and then I think the scoreboard pressure will come from it. Yeah.
But just be wary of Eagles. We watch a fair bit of them out here west.
Yeah.
They've got some talented young players like Harley Reid and Dersmer and others.
We've got some good tool stocks.
Yeah,
so Waterman, who's been a bit his goal accuracy has been just as bad as Brody Kemp's, but he's getting a heck of a lot of marks inside 50. So whoever has the job on him will have to be
the
on
work
solid.
cut out, and he's a tricky matchup for some of our players because he's pretty quick for his size. And that's one of the reasons why he gets lots of marks, because he sprints off the mark. He's pretty hard to stay with.
Yeah.
So I think the key is to make sure if he is going to take marks, he takes them wide.
Yeah.
And deep and out in the boundary. You just got to increase his level of difficulty all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd be backing him to kick goals around 50 from the boundary.
No.
So that's what you want to be, where you want to have him kicking them, I think. And but I think it's one of those things where you really got to be switched on because they've still got enough talent to really push you.
Yeah.
And they will push us in parts.
Yeah, another tool is Shanahan. He's a first-year player.
He's a pretty handy player.
Pretty good. Yeah, who else is that? That we should be
like
wary
I said,
of. Tim Kelly in the midfield, Elliot Yeo, Reed.
Like I said, Willem Dersma's number 1 draft pick.
He's been injured. Will he make his... I don't know.
I don't know if he'll be fit, but if he is, he's someone to watch.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a fair bit of talent around the ground.
Yeah. So plenty to be aware
I
of.
actually think their older players are not great. I think like Liam Baker, Duggan, even Yo.
No,
you know,
yeah.
I don't think they're real danger. I think they're younger players that are danger.
So
And Harley Reid has been pretty good this year.
Yeah. Also, I think it will depend on what type of West Coast you get. Bit cliche to say, but
they're a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
They're a bit inconsistent. That's why one of the things I'd be trying to do is put a lot of pressure on them early.
Yeah.
Try and get on top of them early.
Yes.
And you might just get them to crumble if you work really hard early.
Yeah.
But if they've got a sniff and if they feel like they're in it in the contest, then you might find it tough going.
Agreed. So it's, never take a team as an easy win.
Well, there isn't one really. I mean, Essendon's probably the team in the worst form in the comp.
Yeah.
And we just snuck over the line against them. So for me, that was a bit of a warning.
And we got a bad history with games that we expected to win this season, like the Richmond one early on.
North Melbourne.
And Melbourne. I think we all went as favourites in those ones.
We just kept on crumbling at crucial times. But we're a different team under Fraser.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a lot more belief.
Yeah, for sure.
And look, sometimes, like the game against Essendon, you've got to play a bad game and pull through it in order to really kind of... It's a bit of a wake-up call for you.
Yeah. So, predictions?
Well, I'm going to pick us by around 4 goals. I think that we'll win comfortably.
Yes. I've got us 5 goals, 30 points. Sounds all right to me. And with their lack of defence, surely Mackay can get onto a few and have a bit of a bag.
Yeah, well, he is playing up the ground a lot more. You know, I wouldn't be so focused on one player going nuts. I'd work on the system. We have been kicking more goals from the midfield as well. So, and this time round we had a fairly even spread of players as well. So I would like to see our midfield get their goal-kicking boots on.
Yeah, I just think we've been struggling to get over that 100-point mark, and you need some more players to kick a bag to get there.
Yeah.
And also we need to be accurate. And under the roof, no excuse with the wind.
Well, I don't know that we've had any bags this year. I think Kemp kicked forward, didn't he, one week?
Yeah,
I think that might be the biggest haul.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be in the Coleman, any of our players.
Nah. Kemp is our leading goal scorer. If he nailed his chances this week, he would have been...
Well, that was a frustrating thing. He had so many opportunities and didn't convert. Yeah. We'd really like to see him get more accurate and have a day out. That'd be nice.
That'll do us. Thank you for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, both Perth Blue Baggers Pod and Carlton Flaggers 2026. Be greatly appreciated. Make sure you tune in next week as well. Up the Baggers.
Can the Blues.